Is it recording?
Ladies and gentlemen, in Niagara Falls, Ontario, presenting the second annual Pi Day Game Jam. We're being brought in by Easy as Pie, by Peaches and Herb. Thank you for joining us today. I'd like to begin by extending my gratitude to the Niagara Falls Innovation Hub for being such a great supporter of everything that I do and everything that's happening with all these wonderful businesses here in Niagara Falls. I'd like to offer my gratitude and thanks to Mayor Jim Diodati and to the City of Niagara Falls for funding the Innovation Hub and making the kind of things like we're doing today and that happen here every day possible. I'd like to thank Emma. I'd like to thank Emma Eldon in particular for her encouragement in nudging this second annual event along. And I'd like to thank each of you for being here. I'm seeing some familiar faces, such as my colleague Joe, Arishi, the first investor of Axiometric Games, and Jimmy from Valen Entertainment, who is offering us his wonderful live streaming services, a student from here in Niagara Falls, and my neighbor, and so many of you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys also for being there as well. So it's good to see these guys in here from the Business Basics cohort. So it's great to have everyone here together. Let's begin. So today is Pi Day 3.14, March 14th. What is pi? Well, pi is the diameter to the circumference. There are 3.14 diameters per circumference. Today's event is in concert with the International Day of Mathematics, which last year's event focused on play, and this year is focused on creativity. The Pi Day Game Jam was in part started by the inspiration of this poster where you see a great deal number of playable things. Here we're going to be looking at a little bit more creativity, a little bit less freeform, a little more freeform. You see here an example of something cool computers made. So last year's theme was Circularum, and we made a game. I made a game like this, and I talked about things like that. Today's theme is based on this morning's events. Overnight, there was a very rare blood moon full eclipse, which symbolically represents a transition between a period of darkness to a period of light. And you can see here what it looked like at 3:14 this morning. We were in the penumbra, which means almost in the shadow. And I'd like to posit that we are in a period of emerging from darkness and into light, and that technology, the technology we'll be talking about today, can be a part of that. So, since we're talking about the mythological approaches, let's talk about what is an automaton. The word was first created, it's Greek. Talon is the first mythical automaton, who is a gift from the gods to protect the island of Crete. Da Vinci made the first robot with the mechanical knight in 1949. And Tesla, for whom we have a statue here in Niagara Falls, made the first wireless submarine in 1898, using technology, of course, that we still rely upon today every day. Turing, in 1950, proposed the Turing test, and at that time proposed means for computers to play games, to play computer games. At the same time, in 1950, Asimov created the 3 rules of robotics in iRobot. A robot must not harm a human, a robot must obey human orders, and a robot must protect its own existence, unless doing so would conflict with the first or second law. And through the whole time, our imaginations have wondered, what if those rules go wrong? Here's Hal from Space Odyssey 2001, refusing to open the pod bay doors, taking control of the ship, having an agenda of its own. These are the kind of things that trouble us, or have plagued our conscience as we've thought about what AI could mean. In the early 70s, we had a mathematician, John Conway, demonstrating computational stuff with the game of life. Not that long afterwards, Mandelbrot illustrated the endless curve of the Mandelbrot set. And in the same time, we started wondering what would happen if we gave computers the ability to have an existential crisis. I watched beams glitter in the dark near Tannhauser Gate. We wondered if the machines would turn on us and destroy us. But some were a little bit more optimistic and looked at technology and looked at artificial technology in the case of the holodeck as a place of wonder, creativity, and learning. And what's interesting about what the holodeck represents to us through Star Trek is the use of simulated experts. We had Janeway met with Da Vinci. We had LaForge met with the expert in warp technology, creating interesting and various experiences there. This is a video I made last year about it. And all through the 90s, our primary interaction with AI was in NPCs, non-playable characters. And game itself has been the primary way that we've really been interacting with AI for the last 30 or 40 number of years. In 1998, Kasparov was defeated by a computer. The #1 mind in the world of chess was defeated at the late 90s. And at the turn of the century, Steven Spielberg gave us his vision of another existential crisis through AI, and that would be that classic movie, AI. And we've wondered, is there a cost to our humanity by devoting ourselves to technology? Here we see a representation from Wall-E, where humans have been, who want for nothing and become nothing, and we are being catered to, and will we have a corruption in our form and become less than what we could or should be? And similarly, in a society that alienates us, it sells that alienation back to us as packaged commodities. You look lonely, I can fix that. But I prefer to look at AI as an armor and a power suit, like Iron Man, like Tony Stark using Jarvis. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. This is me on ChatGPT every single day for the last 18 months. We are a blessed generation standing on the shoulders of giants. We have so many geniuses whispering in our ear every single day, if only we will listen. I know Kung Fu. The idea of a world brain that we could all interact with, that we could all talk to, that could benefit us, was not first introduced, but definitely explored by H.G. Wells in his work, The World Brain, 1938. He envisioned a world encyclopedia that would be a depot of knowledge where ideas are received, sorted, summarized, digested, and clarified. This is happening, of course, every single day through the language models, through our search indexes, through our social media interactions. And I'll draw your attention to the Bureau of a Directorate of its own type, specialized editors and summarists. So in the World Brain, the distinguished men of the New World would be editors and summarists. And I'm suggesting that these are the builders of the language models and the prompt engineers. Today is the Pi Day Game Jam. That's what we're here for. Our focus is removing barriers to learning and development. AI is removing barriers to learning and development. This has happened to me personally, and I think it's happening to everyone who embraces the technology. So I'd like to pose a question to anyone who'd like to participate. What is a game? Any thoughts on what you think defines a game? Well, don't worry, you won't be tested. I do have some answers. Games are rule-based systems with quantifiable outcomes and player decisions. Games are rule-based systems with a variable, quantifiable outcomes, assigned values, player effort, and emotional attachment. This second definition coming from one of the founders of the study of ludology, Jesper Juul, or Jesper Juul. I'm not sure. Games are a subset of play, adding goals to freeform expression. But my favorite definition comes from Bernard Suits, who says, games are the voluntary attempt to overcome unnecessary obstacles. Ludology asks the question, how does the game work? Narratology asks the question, what story does the game tell? Now some might ask, is narratology an extension of ludology, or is ludology an extension of narratology? I'd say both are probably answered. You can tell a story by playing a game. You can play a game in a story. And then also there is game theory, which is a mathematical framework for analyzing strategic decision making. Related, but not the same. Roger Callio has divided games into 4 categories. Agon, competition, alia, chance, mimicry, simulation, and Ilinx, vertigo. A feeling of, so you imagine a combination of these. You have, for example, the game Portal. It's a bit of a simulation because you feel like you're a person running around a room, but you're also jumping through a portal and having gravity-defying, reality-defying experiences. That would be the vertigo part. In fact, I'd imagine that most games are a combination of most of these, and no game is probably, most games are not exclusively one of these categories. So when I'm looking at these categories, as you guys can see here, we have competition, chance, simulation, and vertigo. And so if you're participating in the Pi Day Game Jam this weekend, I'll ask you, what game are you making? Are you making a competition game, a chance game, simulation game, and or a vertigo game? We'll be here to help you through that process as we explore that. What are some of your favorite games in these topics? Name some competition games. Go ahead.
FIFA.
FIFA, okay, sport.
Yeah. Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Among Us.
What's this?
Among Us.
Among Us, yeah.
Dota. Apex.
Okay. And how about some chance games?
Balatro. It's a
What's
new
that?
one. Balatro. It's like a new poker game that came out.
Okay.
But it's all chance based,
Right.
basically.
Simulations, we have Flight Simulator. We have a variety of other types of, SimCity, The Sims, etc. And Vertigo, perhaps racing games, perhaps Portal.
Oh, Mirror's Edge. It's like
You know that one,
part-
Death Stranding.
Super Bad?
Oh yeah.
Or is it Super Good? When where you shoot?
Super hot.
Super hot. And where you have to dodge, they have to dodge
Dodge
the
bullets.
If you move,
Time stops when you
that's
do.
Vertigo and a half. I love that stuff. So today, the Pi Day Game Jam, I'll tell you about what we're doing right now is the keynote. We're going to have lunch and pie quite shortly. From 12 to 1, for a 1-hour period, we'll have a prompt challenge. So we'll be testing out the different models to see what can come out. If you only have an hour to spend with us, please spend that hour with us. And then thereafter, for the afternoon, we'll be doing a work session. And around 4, we'll do a roundtable wrap-up. The tools you have available are including, but not limited to, ChatGPT, Grok, Cloud, Gemini. I recommend you prompt in these top level and then start getting into it in the bottom level. We're also going to take a look at Rosebud, which is a vibe coder, which is specifically tailored for the game world. Which essentially means that they have a lot of game assets built in that you can draw from. So while you're prompting in other places, you won't have your WAV files, your MP3s, and your JPEGs, and your GIFs. They have an archive of those and some image generation stuff. So they draw it in directly into your game assets, which could be useful. So like I'm saying, we'll have a battle of the LLMs, same prompt showdown, in just a few minutes. And we will be doing the 10 prompt challenge. So in what can you come up with just 10 prompts without really touching the code? 10 prompt it, prompt it, and after 10, you see where you're at. And that's what the 10 prompt challenge will be, and we'll be doing that right away after lunch. The deadline for the Pi Day Game Jam through itch.io/jam/PiJam is on Sunday night, Monday morning at 3:14 a.m. So if you are online and watching this and participating through our itch page, please contribute your games through there. If you, for some reason, can't or won't use itch, I'd be happy to have you contact me through my X page at Axiometric Games. And ladies and gentlemen, that is my last slide. I'd like to bring our supporter up to say something if you'd like. Yeah, thank you. So if there's any questions, we have Emma. So Emma, please.
Oh, you can't hear me? Sorry, can you hear me? Testing.
Where's your mic? She's got the mic.
Oh, good. I hope you can hear me, everyone that's listening online, but my name is Emma. I know Chandra already acknowledged me in the beginning. Do you think we'll be okay? Yep. Okay, okay, perfect. So I won't keep everybody too long. We are going to bring the pizza out probably the next half hour or so. So good luck everybody today. And if anyone does have any questions just about the Niagara Falls Innovation Hub in general, please reach out to us on our Instagram pages and send us a message if you're interested in maybe becoming a member. We offer virtual membership as well if you're looking to learn more about the hub and our resources that we offer entrepreneurs and people with ideas. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Emma. So we will now have the ceremonial cutting of the pie. Emma and Dan, I'll ask you to join us. And Joe, could you please grab the pie?
I can grab the pie.
So I'll ask Rishi and Joe and anyone else who'd like to join me for this. Everyone can come on up and be in the shot if you'd like. We're going to do the...
Can I get Dan to cut?
Yes, great.
There it is, the ceremonial pie cutting.
Dan, would you like to do the honors?
No, I'll watch you.
Okay, come on in here.
Maybe I'll do a romantic movie and I'll hold your hand.
You guys are hilarious. That's awesome.
Come help you cut your pie.
Yeah, come on in, guys.
yeah.
Everyone can come get in
Anyone
on
that would
this.
like to be in the photo, please.
Come
Would you
on.
like to join us?
Come on, get in here, guys. Let's go.
So exciting. All right. Perfect. The cheese or pie.
Pie day.
Thanks, guys.
And this is,
Thank you.
because of tariffs, it's not an American pie, it's Canadian.
This is
Yes.
That's right, exactly. Okay.
I didn't check.
Yeah.
So if anyone would like a slice, we'll be serving them now. We can wait till after pizza. It's your preference. I do not recommend pie before pizza. I tried it last year. So thank you so much to everyone. Thank you to Valen Entertainment for the live stream. Thank you to Dan and Emma and the Niagara Falls Innovation Hub. And thank you to all of you for joining us. If there are any questions, please email me, axiometricgames@gmail.com. Get me at X, Axiometric Games, and you can find us at itch.io/jam/PiJam. Thank you. Good night. Thank you.